Hello, creators. Registration for our next Wellness Center Creators Retreat opens September 1st, 2025. And we'd love to have you join us in person in Vancouver, Washington, September 22nd through 25th in 2026.
We've only got 20 spaces per track, so be sure to check out the options and see which one fits you and any leadership team members you may want to bring along.
If you register before the end of the year, you'll get the early bird rate plus some new VIP perks.
All the details are at wellnesscentercreators.com/retreats, and we can't wait to see you there.
Today's episode is sponsored by Jane, a clinic management software and EMR. Waiting on hold isn't anyone's idea of time well spent, especially when you're busy providing exceptional care to your patients and clients and running your clinic. The Jane team knows how valuable your time is. That's why they work hard to keep call wait times to an average of 2 minutes. This means you can get quick answers to your clinic questions and head into your weekend with one less task on your to-do list. Plus, unlimited phone, email, and live chat support from their team of friendly humans is included in every Jane subscription. So, no matter where you're at on your Jane journey, they're always there to lend a hand. To see how Jane can help you take back your personal time, head to jane.app to book a one-on-one demo, or use the code wellness1mo at sign-up for a 1-month grace period applied to your new account. Hi there, and welcome to the Wellness Center Creators Podcast. I'm Kendall Hagenson.
And I'm Anna Rudell. We're thrilled to have you join us on this journey of creating innovative, patient-centered wellness centers.
As experienced health and wellness providers, we've seen firsthand the challenges of delivering comprehensive, holistic care to our patients.
That's why we created this podcast, to share the knowledge, strategies, and insights we've gained from our own experiences and from connecting with experts in the field.
Each episode, we'll dive into a different aspect of building and growing a successful wellness center, from developing a strong multidisciplinary team to implementing cutting-edge technologies and treatment approaches.
We'll also share practical tips, resources, and real-world examples to help you overcome common obstacles and streamline your processes.
Our goal is to empower you with the tools and confidence you need to create a thriving wellness center that truly makes a difference in your patients' lives.
So whether you're just starting out or looking to take your existing practice to the next level, you're in the right place.
Get ready to learn, grow, and be inspired. Let's create something amazing together.
Welcome to the Wellness Center Creators Podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Wellness Center Creators Podcast. Today on the show, Anna and I are going to answer a question from one of our Wellness Center Creators community members. Hi, Anna.
Hi, Kendall. Happy, what day is it?
Well, we're recording. It's Monday.
Yeah, happy Monday.
Yeah.
Doing well. How about you?
Yeah, doing well. It's not raining. It's a beautiful, sort of beautiful fall day out, but it's not raining, so I'll take it.
Well, it's pouring down here in California, so
Oh,
lucky you.
we'll take it. Okay, so our question today is, how do you keep the clinic running when you hit a personal shitstorm in your own life and you have to step back?
It's a good one.
It's a good one. When Anna and I saw this question, we had a few in front of us and we're like, this is the one we're starting with. Absolutely. It feels pertinent and important, and we've been there. So we'd love to answer it.
Not only have we been there, we might be there.
You want to tell us? What would you like to tell us, Anna?
I don't know. I'm just going to say that parenting teens can involve more energy than you want in life. And sometimes, well, not more energy than you want, but just it might involve more energy than one originally anticipated from the baby years.
Yeah.
Maybe one underestimated 13. I'm just going to say that. Maybe I underestimated 13.
Okay. I feel like that could be said about like multiple stages with parenting, because you just don't know what you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I think many would agree with you. My kids aren't 13 yet, so I'm not to that phase yet. I've got 2 more years till my oldest is 13. I just started reading a book. It's called Untangled. It's about specifically raising teenage girls. And so far I'm just in the beginning, but I'm enjoying it so far. But I don't know that there's really anything that can prepare you for the types of energy output or the level. I feel like what I'm noticing at almost 11 with our oldest is just what is needed emotionally.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
that can take you away from work. I mean, it's not the biggest shitstorm in the world, but it can require you to take or put work on the back burner
Yeah,
instead of the primary focus
for
for a
sure.
little while. So, yeah, definitely a pertinent question.
So it sounds like this is really up for you right now in your life. So, what have you put in place previously in your clinic that is helping you be able to step away as needed right now?
Mm, that's a good question. I think we actually touched on it in the last episode, um, because I've been reflecting a lot on the past 20 plus years of practice and what I have done right during those times in order to keep the business running. And my primary focus has been the potential for some economic situation next year. So I've been really reflecting on that and then trying to replicate a process so that I have these cornerstones written out, delegated, and documented.
Hmm.
For example, outreach to other referring providers? Is it documented? Is there a process behind it? Is there some accountability for whomever does that? Do we have a budget around it? All those things, just really, really thinking through the details and then documenting them so they can be replicated.
Yeah. So, what I'm hearing in there is delegation,
Mm-hmm.
preemptive delegation, defining roles and responsibilities, clarity, which are important in every aspect of running a clinic all the
Right.
time, right?
Yeah.
Mm. So I agree with you. Anything that we can do to plan ahead, right? Of course, things are not always going to go the way that we plan, but anything we can do to plan ahead. So, for example, this question is around what if something comes up in your life, in your personal life that is unexpected?
Mm-hmm.
Then what do you do? And you were sharing earlier, like what did you do right over the 20 years?
Mm-hmm.
And we could spend a whole day of episodes on all the things we've done wrong. But the thing I've done right in all the years is from the beginning set up the practice in a way that everyone could still be paid, even if I in the beginning wasn't seeing clients. And I only knew to do this because of my experience living with MS.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have necessarily thought to do that without that experience. But by the time I got to opening the clinic, I had, let's see, 9, 11 years of experiencing relapses with MS and how my body responds to that. And so it was foundational in creating the clinic. It was one of my core, like foundational pieces. Like I have to be able, if I can't work for 3 months, the clinic has to still run. So I think encouraging our listeners to think about, well, it's really not if, but when you would
Absolutely.
need to step away,
Yeah.
right? For illness, for bereavement, for crisis in the family, whatever it may be. Number one, I would say we're not an exception and we're not invincible.
Yeah. And not only that, really is the same playbook, whether it's something happening within your personal life or something happening with the external environment as well.
Sure.
It's the same playbook. You have to go back to your core principles as a company and create delegational or process oriented documentation so
Yeah.
that it can be replicated by somebody other than you.
Yeah. Well, I think we would agree one of the biggest things here is that, especially if you're running like a small clinic and you're still doing a lot of things yourself, like if we have listeners who are owners and they're still doing a lot of the administrative work, number one is admin support.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to be able to step away unexpectedly for any extended period of time and you want the clinic to still run, I would say, I don't know if you agree, admin support has to be number one.
Mm-hmm.
Who's scheduling the patients? Who's rescheduling them? Who's booking new people? Who's answering billing questions? If it can't be you, and we would argue it shouldn't be you in the first place, but if it is still you, that I think that would be the first step to prepare for something like this.
I agree. Yeah. And I think understanding that you're not necessarily taking money away from the company to pay for an admin. You will reap the rewards of having admin over and over and over
Oh,
again.
yes. Mm-hmm.
What would be most unfortunate is that you then have to step into a situation where you're training an admin and dealing with a crisis.
Yes. Yep. So being preemptive. I was also just going to say that it's okay to need to step away.
Mm-hmm.
We want to put as much in place as we can that the clinic is not going to crumble and stop functioning, right? Of course, we want to hire competent people and have enough support and all these things and systems in place. And it's okay to disappoint people.
Yeah. Yeah. When you say disappoint me people, do you mean disappoint
Disappoint
time?
me. It's quite Freudian, Anna. Let's get into it. How have I disappointed you?
I can't talk anymore.
What I mean is, so I think other listeners who have chronic illnesses will understand this first around where we make commitments. And most of us who are starting a business like this, we're going to be high achieving, helpers, people pleasers in that realm. So we make commitments, we're, running at a high pace, and then something happens where we really need to step away. I think for certain situations, for example, death in the family, things like that, where it's socially acceptable to say, this emergency happened and I will be away for this period of
Mm,
time, right? And most of us wouldn't feel bad about canceling on meetings or having things not run exactly right or whatever, because it's a culturally acceptable true emergency,
mhm.
right? As it should be. Then we have things where we might feel like we're disappointing others or we're letting people down if we need to step away for things like our own health. Trying to think of another example where it's not as widely accepted, right? If you're having a mental health emergency, even,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's not widely accepted as a reason to not be able to show up to work for an extended period of time. It's becoming more and more acceptable. But I think what I've learned over the years is that that's more internal, right? To say, well, I'm having this health issue and I've failed because I have to let these people down. I need to step away. And most of the time, what I've received is take care of yourself. It's okay. We'll be fine, right? The
Yeah.
world keeps spinning. And when I was seeing therapy clients earlier in the practice, this was more of a concern for me where every so often I would need to let my clients know that I was having an exacerbation and that I actually didn't know when I would return.
Mm.
And it's tricky with therapy clients because they're counting on you. Like, really, they really are, as they should. But 99% of my caseload were clients with chronic illnesses themselves. And so we had a mutual understanding, and it didn't happen very often. But even in those situations, I felt that I was harder on myself than the client was, even if they couldn't have their regular session for a month or two.
Yeah, I fully agree. I think understanding that we often disappoint people, actually, and especially
Clearly, I disappoint you.
don't start with that again. But we do. I feel we just had a staff turnover in the clinic, and I can't tell you how much we disappointed patients, and just understanding that, that it happens. There's nothing we can do about this situation. And we're really sorry for your disappointment here. And this is how we're going to try and make it better. But, I think it's quite a learning, isn't it, to acknowledge and own that disappointment.
Mhm.
That when we sometimes appear to our patients to be not giving them exactly what they want. But,
Yeah.
as business owners, we cannot please everybody all the time.
Well, and same with our employee team. I
Hmm.
mean, I think there's a lot of disappointment to be had there.
Yes.
And, but what I've learned over the years too is, honesty, transparency, right? The person who's asking this question, my sense is maybe they need to step back indefinitely
Mm.
because they don't know when this personal situation is going to be resolved, or maybe it's never resolved. So, what does that mean? If you're thinking about, okay, you need to then step back away from your role, how do you put someone else in your role? If you want the clinic to continue running, the
Mm.
most compassionate thing you can do for your team and the business and the patients is to replace yourself.
Yeah. I think oftentimes, though, it is an invitation, and reframing it as an
Yeah.
invitation and an opportunity can be really, really helpful. I think when we put so much energy into thinking that our role has so much power,
Yeah.
then we we take away that opportunity. But when we see it as, this person could take on this role and they would thrive in it, or this practitioner would have so many more patients if I weren't seeing patients at this time, what an opportunity for growth for that practitioner and for, revenue for the company.
Exactly. Yeah. I like the reframe and what does it make possible,
Yeah.
to have this change that you didn't choose, but it's here in front of us.
Right. Right. Have we
Anything else
done
to
it?
share around this question?
I don't think so. I think, rolling with the punches, understanding that we don't have control, but we definitely have agency in these situations,
Yeah.
and understanding that we can make something of it rather than being a victim of our circumstance, which I think it can often feel that way, because
Mhm.
these things, these personal shitstorms don't just happen by themselves. Oftentimes there's other stuff that's going on as well. And it just
Totally.
feels like
Absolutely.
just
Like a
compounding
wave.
stuff, doesn't it? Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. So trying to look at the opportunity.
And to just give yourself space and grace
Yeah.
around, even you might want to think of it as an opportunity, but might need a minute. You
Yeah.
know, you might need to literally step away
Hmm.
and just let whatever's going to happen for a
Hmm.
minute. Take care of yourself, come back and try to see it a different way for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I love that. All right,
Great
listener.
question.
Hope that was helpful.
We hope it's helpful. We always welcome your questions. Feel free to find us on the private Facebook group and leave your questions there, or you can always email me at kendall@wellnesscentercreators.com. Anna, thanks for being here.
Lovely being here. Thank you for tuning in to the Wellness Center Creators podcast. We hope you found this episode informative and valuable.
If you enjoyed the show, please consider subscribing and leaving a rating and review. Your support helps us reach more health and wellness professionals like you.
For additional resources, show notes, and more episodes, visit our website at wellnesscentercreators.com.
We'd love to connect with you and hear your thoughts, experiences, and questions. Feel free to reach out to us through our website or social media channels.
Once again, thank you for listening. We appreciate your dedication to providing exceptional patient care.
Join us next time as we continue exploring the world of wellness center creation. Until then, take care and keep making a difference.
Thanks for listening to the Wellness Center Creators podcast.